Can you install a backup camera on an 08 Outback with factory nav? I did. I'm going to show you how on this episode of Weekend Wrenching. Hello everyone and welcome back. So let's talk your camera options. You could get one that mounts to the tag, or you could get one that replaces a tag light bulb. I chose to go and get one that replaces a tag light bulb simply because I wanted my installation to look more factory. But your wiring is going to be the same no matter what kind of mounting location you get. You're going to have an RCA output from the camera, and you're going to have a power supply for the camera. The power supply is real simple. You just tap into your backup light bulb. You're going to do this because the backup light bulb is only on when the car is in reverse. When you put the car in reverse, backup light comes on and that circuit powers up the camera. So on the Outback, as far as the video feed goes to the screen, so it's the RCA connector from the camera, but it's a Molex connector, a 4-pin Molex connector into the back of the screen. So I had to make an adapter harness. 4 pins, it was just 3 wires. One of the pins isn't used. The top 2 pins, 1 and 2, I butt connected them to the unshielded wire of the RCA. And then pin 4, I butt connected it to the shielded wire of the RCA. I've got pictures, I'll show you. Other than that, once I made that harness, it's real simple. It's just those 2 connections and the power supply for the camera, and that's it. Hardest part other than that is tucking the wire in all the way down the headliner, and it's not bad, real simple. So let's jump in and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay everyone, we're back to doing the backup camera install on our 08 Outback. We've got the video cable run from the camera all the way up through the headliner to the back of the nav screen. Now we're just going to pull the bezel off, pull the screen off, install the Molex to video cable we made, and get it plugged in here, and we'll be good to go. Let's get this popped off and get it plugged in. In the back here you can see the Molex connector. That Molex connector, once it's powered through the wire we made, it lets the car know that when the shifter's in reverse, it needs to switch to the backup camera. So we'll plug our harness in here, and then we'll take our video cable and plug it in, and that's all that's needed up front. We'll get this put back in, and we'll get back to finishing up the install on the camera itself, and we'll be able to test it out. When it comes to removing the panel on the back hatch, it's real simple. There's only 2 screws and a handful of clips. On the pull handle, you open the little flap covering the screws. You have 2 screws there, and then underneath the weather strip you have a clip at each one of these little points. One there and one there. There's 2 on each side of the latch itself. So you'll pull these clips out like I've done here, and then inside you have 1 clip on either side at the top, right here on both sides. Once those clips are out, the panel just pops out of place. Very easy. Once the interior panel is removed, you can see where we have our wires that come through from the camera, and we have them run through the hatch, and then along with the wiring harness we run it up the pillar and then through the hatch opening, and then through the wire grommet into the body. Once we have it fished through here, it goes underneath the headliner, and we have it routed down the side of the body, just tucked inside the edge of the headliner, all the way to the front to the A pillar, and that's where we'll pick it up from there and run it to the screen. Once the wire comes down the A pillar, we run it through the dash, across over the steering column, and out into the nav screen cavity of the dash, right behind the nav screen. And this is where we will make the one connection at the back of the screen for the system to operate properly. Alright everyone, as you can see, we have our spare panel here for our Outback. We've got our aftermarket backup camera in place. We're going to try and fill in the hole, the gap on the sides, to look a little bit more factory. We have the factory panel that came off of the factory tag light. We're going to try and cut it to fit around this and take up the extra gap. We're going to move everything over to the workbench and pick it up there. Now we're just going to start the process of shaping it to fit and fill in the gap that's left from the factory panel to the aftermarket camera. As you can see, I've got the panel cleaned out and situated properly to where it fits and fills the gap. No extra opening around the camera itself. I'll spend a little bit of time cleaning up the factory panel and getting all the marks and some of the sanding slag off of it, but this should be pretty good. I'll just glue it in place and probably use some clear silicone to seal it up. That's all the bolts out of this panel. So let's get the backup lights unplugged and we'll drop the panel down, drop the tailgate down, pull the panel off so we can swap out the tag light. It's going to have the camera on it. As you can see, after we finish the install of our backup camera, there's a little bit of a difference between the LEDs on the camera
and the regular halogen lights that came with the tag lights initially. So what we're going to do, we're going to swap the halogen bulb out to an LED bulb, and it should be a little bit closer instead of the wide range of colors. So let's take these two screws out and get it swapped out. So with the halogen bulbs, it doesn't really matter which way you put them in. It's going to complete the circuit and it's going to come on. But with the LED bulbs, LED is light emitting diode. So you have to have them one way. Diodes only let electricity go through the circuit one way. So you got about a 50-50 shot. You put it in, it doesn't work, take it back out, flip it around, put it back in, it should come on. As long as you have the right size bulb, it's going to complete the circuit correctly, the LED is going to come on. So we're going to try this way. Doesn't come on. So we're going to take it out, flip it over, and it should illuminate. There we go. So now we're going to get the lens put back on and finish it up.
That's it, guys. That's what I did to install a backup camera on an 08 Outback with factory navigation. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, leave them below. As I get more projects, I hope to have more videos posted up. So if you don't want to miss anything, hit that like and subscribe button and make sure you ring that bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, guys. Keep on wrenching.